What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's been a little bit since I put a video on, but I'm going to Florida in a couple days, actually in 2 days. So I'm going to take the Equinox with me. I'm going to do some fishing while I'm down there, but I really want to do some metal detecting. I've never metal detected on a beach before, at least not with the EQ 800. I'm really excited to try out the beach modes. Don't know what to expect. I've seen a couple videos online of people finding some stuff. I'm going to a pretty relaxed, secluded, not too touristy place down in Florida, Gulf of Mexico side. So I'm not expecting to find a whole lot of anything really, but in a week or two I'll be uploading a video for that vacation. In the meantime, I want to take a shovel with me. I can't take my gravedigger shovel because, well, I'm going to be digging in sand. Really want one of those sand sifter shovels, but I'm a bit of a cheap ass and I'm not going to go and spend 120 bucks on a really nice one. I guess I could just get like a kitty litter scoop or one of those cheap $15-$20 ones that are plastic. I don't anticipate that to hold up very well. So I've got some stainless steel, and I've got the ability and the know-how and the welder to make my own. I've got some small pieces here, some stainless. I've got these pieces. I don't know if we'll even need those. Stainless steel bathroom handicap rail. Some old stuff from ice machines. Some new flat stock. This is a 20 gauge, 20 or 18 gauge. Pretty good stuff. Main thing I've got here is a strainer basket from one of my chiller systems at the job I work. I'm going to turn all this into a shovel so I can use it on the beach. So let's take it on. So there's several different types of these shovels. If you've ever looked at them and you've ever seen them, you know, you got some round ones, some oval ones, some deep cuts. You got some that you can just hold by a handle, or you can put like a long handle in there and use it. The one I saw recently was pretty cool. I'm not going to name any names because I don't know if I'm allowed to or not, but I'm really just going to try and emulate something like that because I really like the design of it. It was more hexagonal, but maybe if we go more like a pentagon. I kind of like this shape, so don't be mad. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so I like what you're doing, and I'm gonna try and replicate it. Okay, I'm back from the cardboard cutting, and I've come up with this cutout design. I got 10 inches to the peak. I dropped 3 inches. I dropped 2 inches, and then I left an extra inch tab here. Made some perforations and some cuts, and I think this is what I'm gonna come up with here. I don't think this turned out too bad. I've got a couple holes you can see where the inside bandings were still welded to it. Need to flatten those out a little bit. You can see a little bit of burring sticking up and stuff. We'll get all that cleaned up. Still needs flattened out and straightened. Got a curve to it still, but a little bit of love and a chipping hammer, and I was able to get those bands off there fairly easy. I guess I'm going to have to take it down to the anvil, flatten her out, and I'm going to take it down to the metal brake. We'll put some bends in this dude. So I've got everything bent into shape. I pretty well like where it's at, so I'm going to go ahead and tack it in place with the MIG welder. Continue moving forward with fabricating a couple extra pieces. I want a cutter edge on it, and I want to reinforce it, and I want to be able to put a handle on it. Get this tacked in place, and we'll move forward with that. Well, we've got it back welded on it now. Just a simple trace, cut out, and tack weld. Got a little bit of overhang on the edges, but we'll get that cleaned up here in a little bit. Now I'm going to make cutting edge for it, so these edges aren't sharp, pointy. Try and get that cleaned up a little bit. Took some of that flat metal, that 18-20 gauge, cut into shape, got me a nice little cutting edge on it. We'll grind some of that down and pretty it up here in a little bit too. We'll do fit and finish at the very end. Now I'm going to try and do something to cover these edges so I don't cut myself. Well, it's starting to take shape here finally. I've got a bit of a cutting edge again. I got to sharpen it. I've taken some of that round stock and I've created a good buffer between me and the sharp edges of that perforated steel. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with this yet. I might not do anything with it. But I've cut a handicap rail seating for a shower. And I think I'm going to make this in my handle. And then that came with another plate. I got it cut down. I'm going to weld it to the top. And I'm going to weld this directly to the top of that. So let's see how that goes. Well, it's not pretty. It's not perfect. It looks good to me. Looks like I'll be able to, get a good scoop on it like this. Or if I wanted to get low with it, stomp it. Overall, I think I'm pretty happy with this thing. Not bad for a handmade shovel. For scooping sand metal detector. I love it. It's close to that 24-hour departure time, and I've got the makings of a nice little scoop shovel. The holes are a little smaller than you would normally get. I'll measure those here in a little bit and tell you what they are. Standard from what I've seen online, they're about 10 millimeters. Most of them are hexagonal holes. But not bad for a homemade job. Got my shovel, I got my handle, I can hold it like this. I've got my handle, I can hold it like this. Get down behind it. This is small enough that I could slide another pole over top of it. Possibly put a set screw in there and have an actual long handle. Gotta do some finish grinding on this thing to get the edges cleaned up so or nobody else cuts themselves on it. Thought about shooting it with paint, but with the amount of time that I got left, I'm not gonna do that. So I'll show you when we're done. Here we go. It's got a good feel to it.